Hey, Christian caregiver. Welcome to Dementia Caregiver Support for Christians, the podcast where I teach Bible-believing Christians how to make dementia care easier today while helping you focus on a brighter tomorrow. We have another coaching clinic episode for you this week. I thought it would be helpful for everybody to really see what it looks like and feels like to receive coaching and to see what it looks like in our community. Today, you're going to meet Tommy. Tommy is a very special grandson of a woman living with dementia, and his unique position is that he is not actually the primary decision maker, which means he has a lot of family relationship and a lot of complexities that he needs to navigate in order to help his grandmother, because his uncle is the primary decision maker. And so today we are going to talk about how far Tommy has come in learning how to support his grandmother while not being the actual decision maker. So check out our coaching clinic.
But no, I'm fine. What Risa said was exactly what I needed to hear. I had a very good conversation, unexpected conversation with Tony over the weekend. He called me at 3:30 Saturday afternoon, and I think he just needed somebody to talk to. And he was at his wit's end. He called me and he said, I don't know if you're planning on going down there today or not. And I never go on Saturdays. But he said, I don't know if you're going down there today or not, but I just wanted to make you aware that I went to the grocery store, got everything she needed yesterday, and she has called me umpteen times today saying that she needs all the same things again. And so if she calls you and wants you to get her these things, know that she doesn't need them. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, I know to check and make sure what she has before I go, because I've learned that the hard way. And, but we ended up having an hour conversation, and he said she's getting much, much worse. And he said, I just don't know what to do. He said, I'm trying to find somebody that can stay with her, at least a couple hours a day. And I told him, I said, honestly, I don't know if it's worth it, because 2 hours a day is not much. Mm-hmm. And I said, I worry about her being alone at night. Mm-hmm. And he said, why? And I said, because his mentality is she's in bed, so what can happen? And I told him, I said, I don't go down there very often at night. Probably this time of year, I'll end up down there after dark more. But there's been, especially during the power outage, I was down there every day. And I told him, I said, when the sun goes down, she gets so confused with the shadows on the walls, with the cars going down the road. And I said, every 5 minutes, she is up and down looking out the front window, thinking somebody's in her front yard. And Hannah was there. He has a hard time hearing. And so he puts his phone on speaker no matter what. And because he can hear better that way. And Hannah heard what I was saying. And she was on her way out the door, but she popped in, and she works late. And so she's passing my grandmother's house at like 10:30 at night. And she told me, she said, there's times that I pass by there and every light in her house is still on at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. And Tony was like, I think she's just fallen asleep in front of the TV. And I said, I think she is too at sometime, but other time, I honestly don't know, because nobody's been there at night, overnight with her. I honestly don't know that she's not sitting up worrying about somebody in her yard or trying to get in her house, whatever. And make a long story shorter, assisted livings came up. Okay. And he said, his wording was nursing home, but he said, well, if somebody coming a couple hours a day doesn't work, then I'm gonna have to find her home somewhere. Okay. And I didn't go as far with it as I probably should have. And I got
baby steps. You've gotten far.
I got some flack from my mother for that, but I told her, I said, I was just so shocked to hear him finally waking up that I didn't want to ruin it. And I said, I did tell him, I said, well, because he said, I just don't want to upset her routine and take her out of her house if I don't have to. And I told him, I said, there is lady in my support group that I go to with Pam. Her mother didn't want to get out of bed, and the doctors gave her a year to live. They moved her into a nursing home, assisted living, whatever. And she lived for 7 years after that.
Mm-hmm.
She loved it because she had people to interact with. She had activities to do. I told him, I said, she's constantly complaining that she never sees anybody, that she talk to anyone, that she doesn't leave the house ever. And I said, I think it would do her some good to get around other people and have that interact. And so I talked to my mother, and my mother said, you need to do the groundwork. And
no, I'm going to give you, before you go there, I made your life so much easier, young man. You have no idea. I just text you 2 phone numbers.
Awesome.
The first one is Bruce Meyer. He's with Always Best Care.
Okay.
He is a non-medical home health company owner. He owns a company that does aids like Risa has here in our geographic region.
Pam uses him for her mom.
Correct. The second one is a woman by the name of Linda Kale.
Okay.
She is a senior living advisor.
Awesome. That's what I was going to ask for.
So what she does is she knows all the facilities.
Okay.
She'll meet with you and your uncle and talk about all of the gory details related to financial abilities, et cetera, preferences, lifestyle, everything. And then she knows the facilities, and then you don't have to go to 1,700 different facilities to look at them.
Okay.
And then she'll narrow it down to 2 or 3 based on all your requirements. And you're not getting sales calls from 17,000 different facilities trying to fill their beds.
Okay.
So I personally, like, my opinion is based on what you've said. I agree. I think your grandmother would actually thrive in assisted living. But sometimes for your uncle, that might be the bigger step that he's not ready to take.
Yeah.
But if we can start with, if you start with the senior living advisor, then maybe we can circumvent it.
Okay.
And then if that doesn't work, then you have the other one.
Okay. Yeah, I just, and I know from past experiences with other family members, we need to act now, because just because we start this doesn't mean that she'll have somewhere to go. Even
it could be 6 months.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm so proud of you related to your uncle. You have done such a good job. Like, you have done such a good job in not irking him, that when he had a hard time, you were the one that he reached out to, because obviously he's been listening to you about what you've been saying. And so he knows that he knows you get this. He knows you know more than your cousins and other people. And that's why he called you, because he knows that you either intuitively know, or you've been learning, or the support groups or whatever. But that is why he called you. And so you, by having done what you did in very difficult situation and biting your tongue for so long, is paying fruit now.
Yeah, I hope so.
And bottom line is, this can still be a longer process, but now you have his ear.
Yeah.
You've earned his trust, and you can be so proud of yourself for that.
Well, it's lots and lots and lots of prayers have gotten me this far.
I hear you. But speaking of prayer, I'm just going to tell a quick little joke. You got to be very specific about your prayers, because my prayers for the last year have been, Lord, prepare and provide the right clients at the right time. He's providing them all at the same time. It's a little stressful, but anyway, it's a good problem. But I'm like, I kid you not, guys, like 3 new clients in a week.
Well, they're in the right.
So
definitely.
It's exciting. Scary as all get out, but exciting. So pretty cool. All right, young man, you good now?
I'm good. I might hit you up later individually with some questions, but for right now, I'm good.
Oh, you know how to find me. Every one of you know how to get a hold of me when you need me.
And sometimes I'm pretty sure you wish that I did.
Actually, that has never happened. And Cheryl can attest to this. She reached out one night, and I'm like, I'm sorry, baby, I can't. I'm like, I couldn't, and so no is a possible answer. I will get back to you, but like sometimes it is no, I only have certain reserves too. So I'm learning to say no when I know that it's, I'm like, I can get back to you the next day. So I was super proud of myself, and she didn't kill me, and she's still here. So it's all good.
If you resonate with these coaching clinic episodes, I invite you to go to the website and hop on my calendar for a strategy call. On these strategy calls, you will get 3 things. The first thing is we'll look and see exactly where you are related to your caregiving journey and where you would like to be in the future. The second thing you will get is an opportunity for me to give you a solution to your most pressing problem related to your dementia caregiving journey today. And then the third thing you will get from a strategy call is looking and seeing whether you and I are a fit to actually work together. The community that I am putting together is extremely curated. It is not for everybody. And so if you believe that you are the right person, the right fit for the community, I invite you to schedule a call. We'll take 20 minutes. I promise you it is still going to be very valuable for you. But let us look and see how we can make your journey in dementia and dementia caregiving easier today, while also showing you that you can focus on your tomorrow.